Did you know that imposter syndrome affects over 70% of people at some point in their lives? In this episode, I explore the origins and manifestations of imposter syndrome in the restaurant industry and discuss 5 effective strategies to overcome it. I also paint a vivid picture of what confidence and leadership looks like without its shackles. Welcome to the No Hesitations podcast, the show where restaurant leaders learn tools, tactics, and habits from the world's greatest operators. I'm your host, Christin Marvin, with Solutions by Christin. I've spent the last 2 decades in the restaurant industry and now partner with restaurant owners to develop their leaders and scale their businesses without wasting time and energy so they can achieve work-life balance and make more money. You can now engage with me on the show and share topics you'd like to hear about, leadership lessons you want to learn, and any feedback that you have. Simply click the link at the top of the show notes, and I'll give you a shout out on a future episode. Thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to connecting. In the fast-paced, demanding world of the restaurant business, leadership plays a crucial role in the success of an establishment. However, many aspiring restaurant leaders find themselves grappling with a formidable adversary, imposter syndrome. This psychological phenomenon, characterized by persistent self-doubt and a fear of being exposed as a fraud, can hinder personal and professional growth. In this episode, I will delve into the origins and manifestations of imposter syndrome in the restaurant industry and explore 5 effective strategies to overcome it, ultimately painting a vivid picture of what confidence and leadership looks like without its shackles. Let's talk a little bit about what imposter syndrome is. Imposter syndrome was first identified by psychologists Pauline Clance and Susan Imes in the 1970s. It refers to an individual's inability to internalize their accomplishments and a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud despite evidence of their competence. It also often stems from an underlying belief that success is attributed to luck rather than personal capability. Let's talk a little bit about imposter syndrome in the restaurant business. In the dynamic and competitive world of restaurants, imposter syndrome can manifest in various ways, hindering growth and effectiveness in leadership. This looks like constantly comparing yourself to others, having a fear of failure, and difficulty accepting praise. These are some of the common signs of imposter syndrome within restaurants. Leaders may find themselves questioning their decisions, feeling undeserving of their positions, and struggling to assert their authority. Hello to all of you amazing leaders in the restaurant world. Before we dive back into today's episode, I want to take a moment and let you know about one of the incredible ways that you can further your team's leadership development. If you've been listening to the show, you've already experienced the passion I have for enhancing leadership skills. Did you know that I also offer exclusive leadership workshops tailored for restaurant management teams? These sessions focus on strengthening leadership abilities, fostering effective communication, crafting a unique leadership style, and developing robust business strategies and visions for the future. If you or anyone you know in the restaurant industry is looking to treat their team to a customized, multi-day leadership training that will improve every aspect of their business, please reach out to me at kristinlmarvin@gmail.com. Thanks a million for being awesome listeners. Let's talk about the 5 ways that you can overcome imposter syndrome in the restaurant industry. The first one is to acknowledge and normalize your feelings. The first step in overcoming imposter syndrome is acknowledging its presence. Understand that these feelings are common and affect even the most accomplished individuals. By normalizing these emotions, restaurant leaders can begin to separate their self-worth from their achievements. The second way to overcome imposter syndrome is to set realistic goals and celebrate your achievements. Break down larger goals into smaller, achievable tasks and celebrate each accomplishment. This practice can help you shift the focus from perceived failures to tangible successes, which will boost your confidence and combat imposter syndrome. To grab a copy of this guide, visit christinmarvin.com/growth for your customized copy. The third way to overcome imposter syndrome is to seek mentorship and support. Surround yourself with mentors and a supportive network within the restaurant industry. Discussing challenges and seeking guidance from professionals can provide valuable insights, reassurance, and a sense of belonging. The fourth way to overcome imposter syndrome is to invest in continuous learning. Embrace a growth mindset by continuously seeking knowledge and refining your skills. Attend workshops, conferences, and training programs to stay up to date on industry trends and best practices. The pursuit of knowledge will foster your confidence and competence. The fifth way to overcome imposter syndrome is to practice self-compassion. Replace your self-criticism with self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a colleague facing challenges. Recognize that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process and an opportunity for growth. Let's talk a little bit about what leadership without imposter syndrome looks like. Imagine a restaurant leader free from the constraints of imposter syndrome. Confident leaders inspire their teams, make decisive decisions, and exude a genuine passion for their work. They foster a positive and inclusive work environment, empowering employees to thrive. By embracing their capabilities and acknowledging their achievements, these leaders radiate authenticity, earning the trust and respect of both their teams and guests. Ultimately, confident restaurant leaders cultivate a culture of success, where innovation and excellence become the norm. As imposter syndrome dissipates, true leadership flourishes, bringing out the best in individuals and elevating the entire restaurant. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that you found this episode valuable today. Please share this podcast with any leaders in the restaurant industry that you know that you think could benefit from learning different leadership lessons each week. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.